When people see the designs of Pokemon, they often imagine them being very large. The truth is, though, that when looking at the Pokes, many of them are not as big as they first appear. The beloved Pokemon anime has been known to take liberties with some of the sizes, too, so players are often surprised to realize that a Pokemon such as Groudon is only 11 feet tall. Some Pokemon, however, are ridiculously big, and many would hurt their necks simply trying to look up at them. All of these Pokemon are easily the height of 2 or 3 people, if not many, many more. Number 9. Onix. The rock snake Pokemon. Height: 28 foot, 10 inches. The staple Pokemon of Gym Leader Brock, this rock ground-type Pokemon has been around since the very beginning and once held the golden title of largest Pokemon. Since then, the crown has been handed off to newer, taller creatures, but Onix's importance will never be forgotten. They are neither legendary nor are they an evolution of any smaller Pokemon like others on this list, making their huge size quite special in that regard. It's certainly a mystery what it looks like when Onix hatches from a Pokemon egg. Number 8. Celesteela. The launch Pokemon. Height: 30 foot, 2 inches. Celesteela is an Ultra Beast from Generation 7 and stands as the largest of all the Ultra Beasts. Its Poke's entry calls it the launch Pokemon, a nod to its spaceship appearance. Some have also noted its physical resemblance to Princess Kaguya in the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter. Its name is most likely a combination of celestial, steel, and stellar, which is Latin for star. Not only is Celesteela one of the tallest Pokemon, but it is also one of the heaviest. It ties with Cosmoem, weighing in at over 2,200 pounds, which is twice as heavy as a grand piano. Number 7. Kyogre. The Sea Basin Pokemon. Height: 32 foot, 2 inches. Kyogre sits with Groudon and Rayquaza as part of the weather trio of Hoenn, brought back in Generation 6 Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with its new primal form. Since Kyogre has the ability to expand oceans, it would need a massive amount of power to do so and a massive body to contain such power. Some even consider it to be a personification of the ocean itself. Kyogre goes from 14 feet to a whopping 32 feet in its primal form, gaining over 170 pounds in the process and giving Groudon a run for its money. Its gorgeous design has led many fans to create art for it, including beautiful type reimaginings. Number 6. Steelix. The Iron Snake Pokemon. Height: 34 foot, 5 inches. Mega Steelix is 4 feet higher than its non-mega form, making it the tallest of both steel types and ground types. While in its mega form, its base defense stat reaches a staggering 230, making it the highest of all ground-type Pokemon and leaving it tied with Mega Aggron for the highest defense of all steel-type Pokemon. When it isn't busy being huge and having record-breaking stats, Mega Steelix takes full advantage of its amazing shiny form, glittering like a huge golden tower. Even in its non-Mega evolved form, Steelix is one of the largest Pokemon there is. Number 5. Rayquaza. The Sky High Pokemon. Height: 35 foot, 5 inches. Known to be the argument queller in the weather trio, Rayquaza plays an important role in every game featuring the Hoenn region, particularly Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's Delta episode. Pitting Rayquaza against Deoxys may seem fair until one realizes that Deoxys is only 5 feet tall. Yes, there are humans who are taller than Deoxys. Some Poke's entries claim Rayquaza is hundreds of millions of years old, meaning that it may have grown to be the size it is today, similar to how humans have gradually grown taller throughout history. Even when not in its mega form, Rayquaza measures in at an impressive 23 feet, which is almost taller than Kyogre and Groudon combined.
Make sure if you're enjoying our list to hit that like button and of course subscribe for future content.
Number 4. Exeggutor. The Coconut Pokemon. Height: 35 foot, 9 inches. This cheerful tree is over 35 feet tall, dwarfing its non-Alolan relatives. Alolan Exeggutor trades its dual grass psychic typing for Grass Dragon, allowing it to learn the move, Dragon Hammer, upon evolving and other useful Dragon-type moves via TM. Alolan Exeggutor's massive size may be a reference to island gigantism, a biological phenomenon in which animal species isolated on an island grow much larger than their mainland relatives. Of course, it also may just be a reference to tall palm trees. Number 3. Dondozo, the big catfish Pokemon. Height: 39 foot, 4 inches. Dondozo is one of the more unique Pokemon in the entire Pokes, as it can merge with the water dragon-type Tatsujiri in double battles through its signature move, Order Up. Competitively, this makes Dondozo one of the most formidable opponents in double battles, even when isolated from its sushi-inspired companion. Design-wise, Dondozo takes inspiration from catfish, which, in reality, can grow up to 10 feet long. Its size is even more impressive when encountered as a Titan Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, in which it teams up with Tatsujiri to become one of the toughest bosses in the game. Dondozo can only be encountered normally in Casseroya Lake near the northernmost part of Paldea, where it is also encountered as a Titan Pokemon. However, Dondozo with a variety of Terra types also appear as targets in 5-star and 6-star Terra raid battles, which can be unlocked later in the game. Number 2. Wylord, the float whale Pokemon. Height: 47 foot, 7 inches. It should come as no surprise that Wylord is one of the largest Pokemon out there. It's based on the largest animal on planet Earth, the blue whale. Almost every Poke's entry notes its large size, with Pokemon Moon's entry saying that its size is the reason for its popularity. The Omega Ruby, Y, Black, White, Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver entries all state that Wylord is the biggest of all Pokemon. Besides being the largest ocean creature, Wylord has the highest base HP stat of any water-type Pokemon. Amusingly, in Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Almia, it is a Pokemon that players cannot capture because it is too big. It was even so big that it had to be resized for games like Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness and Pokemon Colosseum. Number 1. Eternatus. Eternatus makes Dynamaxing its brand. Height: 65 foot, 7 inches. Eternatus is yet another legendary Pokemon added to the National Pokes by Generation 8 Sword and Shield, and it is a very important one at that. It's known as the gigantic Pokemon and is a whopping 65 feet long, and that's just in its normal state. At its largest, it is almost 7 times the size of Wylord. According to the Pokes, Eternatus was inside a meteorite that fell 20,000 years ago and also has a connection to the phenomenon of Dynamaxing, if its abilities weren't any indication. When Dynamaxed, Eternatus becomes a massive 328 feet long, or exactly 100 meters, which makes it the biggest Pokemon ever discovered by some margin.
Okay, so that's it for today. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, comment down below, subscribe to the news channel for my Twitter and Instagram links down below. As always, of course, I'll put my TubeBuddy first in the description for YouTube needs, tag titles, thumbnails, all that good stuff. So that's something you need help with, especially like I did. First in the description, download it today. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever got on without it. And of course, our partner channels, and they hit down below, hit that join button to put myself and the channel, and of course get a huge range of benefits. But greatly appreciated. But of course, you never have to. But if you don't, you have to subscribe and watch the next video, or something might follow you home. You never know, stuff happens. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all again very soon.